Hey guys, it's Kristen. It is June 30th. You already know the year. It is 1:16 p.m. here in Oklahoma. And I just wanted to do like a quick video. And yeah, I didn't have time to I don't really care. I have my energy levels have been so just off and on. And look, I've been losing a lot of weight. I mean, which is a good thing, but so if you see me doing this a lot, it's just, uh, yeah. So this has been a very interesting week, a very, weird week. And I know a lot of people are experiencing kind of the same thing. Plus, when Venus is now in Leo, that also can mean, especially when it goes into retrograde, August and September of this year, be prepared for exes to come back or be prepared for them to come back. It's a drop in. And let's not prepare to keep going with repeating cycles and patterns with your exes. So I will say this. I was looking at my astrology. Obviously, I knew someone was going to reach out to me, and I was like, damn, I'm getting excited because I'm like, who is this? Who's reaching out to me? So, I'm getting excited. And then, I get a phone call. I don't know the number. I answer it. And it's someone I don't want to talk to, that I don't want to talk to. So even though like spirit will talk to me and tell me things going on, there's times that, spirit will be like, gotcha, bitch. And I'm like, damn, I was not prepared for that. And I was still, kind and listened to what they had to say. But I will say this. When that person called and I was on the phone with them, of course, I'm sitting here and I am just thinking, I made the right choice. I made the right decision to not be with this person, yeah. And it was even more apparent because when he was talking, it was just all of these feelings of just sadness and I'm not really going to say heartbreak, but just sadness. It's kind of that feeling of what could have been or what should have been, or, and that's the only way I can explain it, but it doesn't mean it like that. It's just, I realized on that phone call, I'm like, damn, this isn't love. Like, when you love someone and they call you or they are saying, hey, I'm coming home, or they're around you, you shouldn't feel sadness. You shouldn't feel pain or heartache. And yes, I'm realistic when it comes to there are times in life, doesn't matter who you're with, you're going to have issues here and there. You're going to have arguments. You're going to have shit like that. I understand that. But I'm talking more of a sense of it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. And I took my power back too. And I closed that cycle, but I guess it was spirit giving me closure, which I really didn't want, but I already got it for myself. I didn't need that person. I didn't need to talk to them. I didn't need to do that, but maybe they needed that for them. So whatever. And I told him, I said, I know for myself, I deserve more. I deserve the best, and I'm worthy of that. And I'm not going to accept less than. And I did that for so long because there was people that would manipulate or use weaknesses that I wasn't aware of yet or awake to yet. And they knew, and they would use that, and they would use it against me and make me feel like, oh, that they were the best option for me or whatever. But it was also something I had to look into myself a while ago to figure out why I was attracting people like that in my life. And even though I've been hurt and betrayed by men and women in my life, I don't do the whole all women are the same, all men are the same, because that's not true. We're all different. I've never met another person where I'm like, damn, you're exactly like this person. There may be some traits in there that, they have maybe similar to somebody, or whatever, but then you've got to look into that of why that's happening. And it's a crazy thing for me because I was like this at one point in my life, like whenever I was a child and whenever I was in my early teenage years. I did not want a boyfriend. I did not want a man. I did not want anything. I just wanted to create. I wanted to dance. I wanted to do the things I wanted to do and I love to do. And I genuinely loved myself, even though there was a lot of things going on in my life at that time. And even in my family and me moving out when I was 15, it was, even though there was a lot of that, I was still very into myself and I was still very like, but I've always kind of, I'm a lucky person. I will say this. I am very blessed to know what I want because a lot of people have trouble with that. And I usually know what I want. So whenever I know what I want, I'm gonna go for what I want, or I'm gonna just fucking do it. And a lot of people, I'll say this, I'll use this as an example. So whenever I moved in with Nicole, I was 15 years old. And so I'm going to this new high school. I don't know anybody besides her. And I'll never forget, there was this, it was either school just ended or there was maybe one more class left and we were moving into another class. I'll never forget though, I saw this guy and he just like stood out, like different than anybody I've ever known. Like I just different, and when people have confidence too, like that's obviously an attractive trait. And it's a more attractive, even if you're not that attractive, like it's just an attractive trait. But I'm very into unconventional people and relationships. Like that's just me. I know everybody's not the same. So I remember seeing this guy and I was like, I want that. Like, I want that. I didn't even know this guy. I've never talked to him. I don't even know him. I don't even know his name. All I know is somehow one of my, my best friend, Nicole, she had another friend I didn't really like, but kind of dealt with because yeah. Anyways, I asked her, I was like, hey, as somehow the conversation about me talking about this guy, and she's like, oh, him? I was like, yeah. And she goes, oh, I have a class with that guy. And then she's telling me his name. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I said, so can you give him my information and tell him I'm interested and he can message me if he's interested? And she's like, yeah, okay. And I was like, okay. And I'll never forget, because this was back just like when Facebook kind of just started, like Facebook was just kind of a thing. And he messaged me and I was like, and he then later told me, he goes, I was very confused. He said, because he said, I've never had a woman ever just like do that or say that they're interested or whatever, or just like, and he goes, I didn't know what to think. He said, I thought maybe you were ugly. Because he's like, he goes, I didn't know what you looked like. He said, so whenever I looked you up, he said you were not. He's like, you were like out of my league. He said, but I don't understand. And I'm just like, okay. And he's like, I wasn't gonna take no for an answer for that. He said, so he goes, I don't know what it was about me. I said, well, I just I just know when people are different. I know when the people are special and they're different. And I listen to my intuition. I go for it. And of course, when I moved back to Oklahoma, like 6 months later, 4 months later, just things happened, and it was a long distance relationship, but it kind of was my fault, I'll admit. But at the same time, it wasn't, because I'll say it was both of our faults, but I was young and there was a lot going on in my life, and insecurities and shit come up, and then you self-sabotage. There's the end of that, but but yeah, I'm just using that as an example. When I know what I want, I'm gonna go. I'll make myself known, and then I'll let the person or situation or whatever come in, if it's supposed to come in or if it's supposed to happen. So I don't really question it. Like, it's weird, because I will say this, it is really weird for me, because I'll get like, it just out of nowhere, I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to talk to that person, even if I don't know them. I'm like, well, what the fuck do I say? Because I go by observing people. And so when you're around me and I'm listening to you talk, I'm listening to how you react to things and all, like, then I know how to come to you and have a formal, better conversation. But if I don't know you and I'm being told to come forward and I don't know. And so my messages sometimes may come out fucking crazy and just weird. And I've accepted that. I just go, I just did what I was supposed to do. And if the person took it a different way, I mean, then that's what they did. And there's nothing I can do about that. But So yeah, anyways, I don't even know how we even got to this conversation and how I even got here. My my brain's been kind of foggy because of lowering on my medication. It's just actually going very well. I'm actually very surprised. I'm very surprised. It's rough. I'm gonna say that. It's very rough. It is really rough. But it's not as bad as what I thought it was gonna be, which is good. Like it's a good but my energy right now is just I only have so much energy that once it's gone, it's gone. And so I know a lot of people right now are sick or they're having energy in and out too. And this has been something that I have had issues with a lot in my life, especially with my body and like trusting my body and having a lot of illnesses and sickness and issues like chronic pain, chronic illnesses in my past. So a lot of the things I have to learn is to balance when I need to use my energy and what I use it on, and when to rest and when to use it on, yeah, not just doing. Because that's when it just, I'm a person, I'm just like constantly on the go, I'm constantly doing stuff. And it's like, if I'm sitting down, kind of just, as you can see, because I move my hands around, like I just, that's how I am. I've had to learn to take the time to balance and not overdo, because a lot of the things I would do things that I could have waited to do the next day or the day after, but I would do those and I go, oh shit, I forgot I had to do this thing that I need to do. And then I do it and then I overwork my body and then I get sick, And so it took me a long time to learn that if somebody is unhappy with like how my house looks one day because don't have the energy to clean everything, you could help me. No, but no, really, it's just I've had to close that part of myself and give myself grace and kindness and almost like treat myself as looking at myself as like a little child and understanding like there's only so much children can do too. And like with my children, there's only so much like they can do, and there's only so much like they can handle. And so it's like that. I don't know how else to explain it, but I know that right now I may seem a little different to people that may know me or know me very well, or even that I've watched from last year till now, may see a big difference in how I'm talking or behaving or reacting or whatever. I'm going through a transit right now that is a serious transit. And when I say that, it feels like, I'll explain it like this. It's like, because we all go through these transits, different times, different people, whatever. But it feels like you're closed off to family, friends, love, whatever. Like you feel kind of alone and like really into yourself and just like reviewing things that's going on in your life. And it's a time that I have to take very serious. And I may not be as funny right now and just very serious. And so it's just how it is right now. I think it ends like in the second week of August. So I'm just going through my grind and doing the things that I need to do. I take every day when it comes. And I try almost every day to do my meditation or talk to God and my spirit guides and my angels and balance and listen and get clarity and make sure that I am in a balanced state. Because sometimes I get energies from other people that are not mine. And sometimes it can be very confusing. And I will think it's me, but it's not me, it's someone else. And so it's also a time that I've got to look at things that I'm, whether it's a career, like if I'm really happy with how my life is right now. And so, and this goes for a lot of people too in the collective that are going through this. There's a lot of people going through rebirths right now. Just amazing. It's amazing. And I'm here to help you guys know that you're not alone in that, and that I'm going through the same things you guys are going through too. And it's cool to go back on this one day and look at these and see where I was at and what was going on transit wise and things like that. So you got to ask yourself if you're really happy with how things are in your life, and that goes with anything. And I know there's usually a lot of things that are going on that you're like, man, I need to change that, or I don't know if I want that or this or whatever. You got to really, really ask yourself. And you really got to check in and make sure that you know that you're worth that. You deserve better. You're worth better. So if you're feeling down, know that you can get through what you're going through, that this is not your final destination. Whatever's happening today or what's been happening, it's just temporary. But if you don't make the changes, when you know you need to make changes and hey, I'm being sent here, and you don't listen and you stay in the same place, or you stay with the same person, you stay with the same situation, whatever it is, you're just asking to be stuck in the same place for the next few years. And then you're really going to have trouble getting out of that situation or whatever it is that's going on in your life. And trust me when I say I have done this in the past, and I'm telling you, don't do it. Do not stay when you damn well know. And I know it's hard, and I know if you're scared, and I know it may hurt, and I know unknown's scary. But we all have intuition. Don't go into something or stay in something that doesn't truly make you happy or make you feel like you're deserving or worthy. And don't do anything out of convenience because of a situation you're in either. I've had to learn a lot of things the hard way, but that's okay. It's what I'm here to teach. It's what I'm here to do. I'm here to fight battles, not only for myself, but for others. And I understand that there is a collective that doesn't want to heal, and that's not going to heal, and that is going to be hard, especially for me whenever I care about a lot of people and love a lot of people, and I just want the best for every single person. But I'm going to do my damn hardest and my damn best to save and help as many people as I possibly can. And shit, even if that's one person. I don't do this shit because that's the thing everyone's kind of doing, spiritual and talking and healing. I don't do this for money either. I do it because I love it. Do it because I care. And everybody has their own way of doing things too. So I'm not going to sit there and judge that someone wants to charge for certain things and whatever. But in my life, in this lifetime, I am not meant to do that. It's been very hard for me to accept that I'm not here for that. I'm here to also change people's minds about money and materials and life, all of it. You know, money has never really been, it's been a problem in my life, but it's also been something I just don't, it's not my top priority. It's not something that I have to have. And I think people are weird by that and they don't understand that, and that's fine. It's just, I don't judge someone by how much money they have or how much they do have. I judge and I see what you're doing, who you are. That's more important. What are you doing in the world? What are you doing to help? And that's also another thing, is there's not a lot of people that are going to be the ones that help and speak up. That there are new people coming in that are going to be the voice. And that's whether that's music, whether that's me just speaking, whether that's people on TikTok. Voice doesn't always just mean singing or speaking. There's going to be the doers, and then there's going to be the observers. And I'm not a damn observer. And if you want to do something, do it. Do it. What the fuck are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You don't know if you have tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to wake up tomorrow. Neptune also went retrograde today. So hopefully we can feel a little bit more clarity on a lot of things in this life and what's been going on. Because a lot of us have some of us that are very tapped in have a picture and they have been shown, but there's still a few pieces that we're waiting on answers for or have questions to maybe, but it's more of the answers for. Just be patient. And also just chill out, chill out. Stop overthinking. And when you start to overthink, you got to ask yourself, is this productive for what's going, like what I'm overthinking about? Is this helping me or is this making things worse? Try doing something different. Sometimes, whenever I get bored, I start to overthink, or I get really, I'll sometimes get paralyzed, not really exactly paralyzed, but I procrastinate because I know I've got things to do. It's that overwhelming thing. But what's helped me with this is having a chart. I made it, you can have a chart, like a grid as well, but a chart. And you can put on there for that week or for that day, the most important thing that you got to get done that day, that has to get done. Then you've got your importance, but can wait. Then you write, what's not important, but you could do. And then what's not important and you can wait another day for. This has helped me tremendously with going to the thing that's most important first and going, oh, that I need to do this first before anything else. And then not have so much pressure on myself that I have to oh, I can get that done another day. I don't have to do that today. And I know not everybody's like that, but for someone that is dealing with that or has issues with that, you can try that, see if that helps me. It may help, may not. So, but yeah, I wanted to do a quick video today. And I think it's been probably about 30 minutes, I think. So I think this is good. I don't want to do too long videos, because I know you probably all are just sitting there oh my God. But so I'm trying not to do that. I don't know. Like I said, I experiment with different things. So I see what's working, what's not, whatever, I'm just kind of going with whatever I feel is right for that day. And all I'm going to say is right now in this time, sit with yourself and let's not repeat patterns. Okay. Let's not repeat patterns because you already know what the past was. You've already gone through that and the past isn't here anymore. So you got someone coming back in, situation, whatever the fuck. Understand you've already experienced that. You already know. Do you want to keep doing that? Do you want to keep going through that? If you do, I can't tell someone what to do. I can warn you, but isn't it more exciting to know maybe there's better and more exciting, more fun, more positive? So chill out. Chill out. You got a lot of anger too. like me, uh, not like I've got anger management issues, but I've got anger to where if I've got too much energy in certain areas, or I've got certain emotions that I need to just let out or whatever. The thing that's worked for me is going to the gym. And it's not just because like I want to look good, or in the past that was what it was, it was like, oh, I want to like look fucking hot. Like and there's nothing wrong with that either. But now I'm learning to trust my body. But when I work out, it's more of I feel powerful, and I feel like I can let those demons that are going on sometimes that are just kind of just let them bitch slap them. So, yeah. You guys got this. You guys got this. You do. It may be scary. You may be scared. You may be fearful. Once again, there's always time for things, and there's always a time for balance, and there's always a time for stability and comfort. But you can't always stay in that. You have to understand there's times to go into uncomfortable and the unknown. You can't always stay comfortable. You can't always just be like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. I just want to like have a certain amount of money and just be stable. And so I don't want to have to do anything. Come on. That's not life. We got things to do. That's why we're here. We got shit to do. The people that want to do this shit are going to do the shit. And that's fine. You don't want to do shit? That's fine. I'll do it. I'll do it. But watch me do it. Watch and see. People can say whatever the fuck they want. They can say whatever the fuck they want. They have in the past. No, they'll continue to do so. But yeah. Time for new life, bitches. The karmics are done. Understand that too. Unless you want to stay with your karmic, that's not good for you either. This is a huge astrological moment in time where karmic relationships that we've been doing in past lives that need to be bye-bye. And that's what it is. And then now a lot of us can go towards the person that we were supposed to be with or be with to fulfill destinies and to work together, create together, to do shit together. I know not everyone's like that. And I get that. I know I'm different, and I know I'm not like everybody else. But thank you. Thank you for everybody who listens and watches my videos. I appreciate it. I hope that I seriously help some of you guys. Like I said, I don't do this just like I enjoy doing this, and I love doing this. I love talking to people. I love helping people. And I've got a lot of important things to do in the future. So So do you guys. But you guys have to want that. Anyways, hope you guys have a good weekend. And July 4th, if I'm not back before that. We'll just see how I'm doing next week too. I'm just kind of riding the waves here. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. We will get through this. We will. We're strong. We can do this. All right. Love y'all. Bye.